What you are about to experience is out of this world. Politics, history, and of course, a lot of entertainment. It's time to rock it with the Docket.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with a very short clip from the previous Dockery Docket episode. I know that people don't have a lot of time in their day to watch a full episode of the Dockery Docket, so I'm hoping that this will give you a little taste of what you're missing in the full episode. And if you like it, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and also make sure to watch the full episode, which will be right here on the screen. And with that, enjoy. The real conspiracy here isn't Trump trying to change the results of the election in Georgia. The real conspiracy is how hard the left has tried to get Donald Trump. From the very moment he entered the White House, the Democrats have claimed that they were going to get him. And here they are, turning over every single stone, making sure they can do whatever they can to get this guy. And you can tell that the Democrats are very excited about throwing Trump in jail, and to me that is disgusting and anti-democratic. Recently, Nancy Pelosi came out and said that the indictments against Donald Trump were beautiful and intricate. And Nancy Pelosi said that they have a better chance of conviction than anything that I have ever would have come up with. Yeah, she and her party came up with a lot of stuff. And all of it failed, and hopefully this will fail as well. And then Hillary Clinton got on Rachel Maddow's show and talked about Trump's indictment, and she was all happy and laughing. Well, it looks like Hillary Clinton was right about everything, blah, 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 blah. And then she was talking about our democracy like she never questioned an election. 2016, she questioned the election, and her party claimed that Donald Trump was a Russian spy. But no. Sweep that right underneath the rug. Hillary Clinton is beautiful, wonderful, and brave. I am so done with these stupid people. Then another problem is I don't believe that Donald Trump will get a fair trial anywhere he goes. They are charging him in a blue part of Georgia with a Democratic judge. They have also charged him in Washington, D.C., where you can't find a Republican if you tried. And they also charged him in New York, which is a Democratic state. Along with that, everyone already has their own opinion on Donald Trump, and more than likely, that won't change. So the next step for Donald Trump in this whole process is to go down to Georgia and turn himself in. There, he will be fingerprinted, and according to the sheriff, he will get his mugshot, which will be released and give Trump millions of dollars in campaign revenue. Heck, I will buy a shirt that has Trump's mugshot on it. Then, more than likely, he will be released from jail on bond, and then he will be able to go on his way until his court date. Then, I think in the future, Trump will more than likely be charged in one of these different indictments, and he will more than likely have to go to jail, which will once again be the Democrats escalating things, but the escalation will just get higher. As after Trump is thrown in jail, there will be swing states like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and others that will try to get Trump's name off the ballot. And the Republicans should leave that up to Democrats to decide. The Democrats can simply claim that Trump is our nominee, no matter what. And if you remove Trump, that means you are removing all Republicans. There is no backup in these different states. Like in Michigan, they can't say, oh, instead of Trump, we're putting Ron DeSantis. They can't do that because he would be out of the race, and that would cause a split ticket. Removing Trump from the ballot will cause average Americans to see what the Democrats are actually doing. Imagine you haven't heard anything about this whole Trump situation, and you go to the polls, and under the president slot, it just says Joe Biden with no option for a Republican. People are going to get upset and angry and wonder why Trump isn't on the ballot. And then the faith in the electoral system will drop because average Americans can see what the Democrats are doing. There will once again be claims of a rigged election by Joe Biden and the Democrats, and this time it would make a lot more sense because they purposely targeted Trump and got him off the ballot. This would reveal that the only way that the Democrats can win is by getting Trump off the ballot, and this is something that is anti-democratic and a threat to our democracy that Democrats claim to care so much about, but it is all a lie. All that they want is for Trump to be stopped, so then they can have total power. I still can't believe how much the 2016 election broke these different Democrats. It broke them so much that they are willing to to destroy the democracy that they claim to care so much about. Donald Trump caused such a threat to democracy, so we must destroy democracy. It just doesn't make sense, and it's hard to even wrap my head around. It is something that I thought I would never see in America. The left is trying to arrest their political rival and keep that person off the ballot. This is something that they do in third world countries or dictatorships, not in America. And it was funny because there was a recent tweet from Secretary of State Anthony Blinken that said, "The United States strongly condemns Russia's conviction of the opposition leader, whose name I cannot pronounce, on politically motivated charges. The Kremlin cannot silence the truth, and Vladimir Putin's opposition should be released." Anthony Blinken and the rest of the Joe Biden administration, do you own a mirror? You are acting like the Russians going after Trump. You look like you are interfering in an election. But they will claim that they are doing it to protect our very democracy. The Democrats and the radical left don't understand what they are doing in this situation. They are opening up a Pandora's box that can't be closed. The next Republican that comes into office will go after their political opponents. And then after that, a Democrat will come in and go after their political opponents. There will be no peace, and it will all be the Democrats' fault. Now, to avoid all of this craziness, the Republicans could take another path. They could say, hey, Donald Trump is in jail, so we really need to pick a different candidate to beat Joe Biden, so then the Republicans can try and pardon Trump. Yes, that would be harder to do in Georgia, but they will be the president, so it could be interesting. They could have a legal right to do that. Here's the thing. No matter who the Republicans put in, the Democrats will claim that they are worse than Donald Trump. They have already done this with Ron DeSantis, and they will do it with Ramaswamy too. Name a Republican and they will do it to that person. I could already hear the media claiming that Ramaswamy is the Hindu face of white supremacy. These Democrats are a joke, and they will lie and cheat their way into power, even if that means being undemocratic. The Democrats are desperate because we, the conservatives, are winning the culture war right now. It may not seem like we are, but we are winning. As according to a recent survey, 12th grade boys are becoming more conservative. And guess what? They will more than likely vote for Donald Trump when they are able to vote. Along with that, songs like Rich Men North of Richmond are hitting #1 on the Billboard Top 100 chart. Movies like Sound of Freedom are passing Indiana Jones. Bud Light has lost market value. Target has lost value. And companies are getting rid of their CRT training. Right now, the left is scared. They're losing their grip on society, so the only way they can save it is by claiming that Trump is a criminal, by taking him off the ballot and by throwing him in jail. Guess what? If they do that, it won't make us weaker. It'll make the conservative movement stronger. And this leads to the bigger point. Sometimes in politics, there are situations that consume me, and I will continuously think about different scenarios that can happen. A lot of the times, I want to just say, I'm done with all this crap, because the situation seems hopeless. Right now in this country, we are at a crossroads. We can either say, I'm done. I don't want to worry about Trump getting indicted or going to jail. That doesn't affect me. Or we can start saying, I am done with these corrupt politicians going after Donald Trump, and they need to be the ones that are getting kicked out, and I will be voting for Donald Trump. And we also should say that we are done watching these woke movies, and that we would rather watch movies like Sound of Freedom. We should also be saying that we are done with all this popular music crap that talks about sex and drugs all the time. Instead, we should be listening to Rich Men North of Richmond. We are in a dark place right now, and it seems like it is never ending. But if we don't give up and don't quit, in the end, we will win. So I am done with these politicians and the lies and the manipulation, but I am not done fighting for what's right. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.